So poverty for me is kind of a touchy subject because I just feel like there's so many different ideas and possible solutions to help with this epidemic, yet we still seem to struggle with it. Um, but I just want to start off and say that growth in population definitely can have an effect on poverty. However, poverty does have an effect on the population rate. And I mean, this is obvious, but increased birth rates with lessened life expectancy. So if you think about the amount of impoverished people, the quality of life that they're living, um, it definitely takes a toll on the lifespan that individuals who don't have the same nutritious resources and the same protection. um, it definitely lowers their life expectancy. So at the same time, not only does it affect that, but it affects the environment as well. Um, Not necessarily impoverished, but you look at a lot of cities that are ridden with a homeless population, and they're living on the sides of the streets, and they're living anywhere they can find shelter. Well, they're generating trash. They're still consuming things, whether it be nutritious or cheap or drugs for that matter. They're consuming these things, and the waste is just being piled up on the side of the road. Well, when it rains, all of that toxins, the pollutants, just flood down and get into our water system, and it's a genuine hazardous problem um, for the safety and cleanliness of the drinking water um, that we drink. But as far as helping impoverished individuals, I think it's something that is hard, right? Because the best way, or the way that we've gone about it, is tax the rich and or tax the middle class, tax the rich, and basically government supplies poor with stuff like EBT, SNAP, WIC for pregnant mothers. And so it kind of seems like this is something that hasn't necessarily worked. And it's definitely created a form of resentment between classes, because you have people giving their, hard-earned money that they work for, giving it to the government to then give it to impoverished people who accept this money from the government and do little to nothing else. Kind of find themselves in a static state. And I'm not saying that it's because that's the people they are, but I'm saying a lot of times it can be easy to do nothing when you have just everything given to you. So as far as going about solving the poverty issue, I just think that it's something that needs to be looked at from both perspectives. You definitely need to see it from the impoverished as well as the higher class perspective. But it's an issue that's plagued and will continue to plague us as population rises. So I think, if anything, helping these less fortunate people, whether it be government or private organizations, is something that we really have to get going with, and get going with fast, because it's only going to continue to get worse as we grow as a society.